In this season of The Big Talk, you are going to have access to the most incredible speakers who recently performed at the virtual showcase, which is the culmination of the Big Talk Academy, my 12-week signature speaker training. Be sure to watch every single one of these speakers in this series because they are all equally as inspiring, entertaining, and powerful. And by sharing their important messages, they can change and even save a life. Enjoy. Ramon Estrada T is an international scale-up strategist and coach with clients in 14 countries. He was born in Mexico City and lives in Barcelona. He has launched 7 startups, one of them awarded on innovation and growth. He believes in a company's growth outcomes from the entrepreneur's deep inner work. Please welcome to the stage, everyone, Ramon Estrada T. Business is an art. Entrepreneurs are artists.
Work-life balance is a myth. Work and life are in 2 different dimensions. Work is about actions and results, and life is about being. But we tend to focus so much on our business that we forget that we are alive. Business leaders set social and political agendas around the globe, and some of them relentlessly chase immediate results while depleting our planet's resources. At the same time, the exploits are shared with a limited few. This obsolete business paradigm needs to change today. Uncertainty is growing exponentially with pandemics, wars, social unrest, and global warming, and that's a problem. Mexico City, 1990. I'm 14 years old and I'm studying in junior high school. I'm in the classroom, listening with my friends to Professor Maldonado's history class on the development of capitalism. He's talking about the massive prosperity and technological progress that the Industrial Revolution brought and its consequences. In England, there was an enormous migration from villages to Manchester to work in the factories, where whole families, both parents and their kids, had to work for more than 10 hours a day to merely survive, with no proper housing or schooling. I am feeling sad, thinking about Mexican families migrating to the US for a better pay or salary. I'm also worried about the financial situation in my home, because my father is unemployed and my mother's brain cancer treatment is depleting our savings. And then Professor Maldonado mentions Robert Owen, a factory manager and an entrepreneur. He improved the conditions of his workers and their families by reducing working hours, providing housing, and schooling the kids while managing a highly profitable business. So suddenly, a spark ignites inside my chest and expands as waves of energy all around my body. And that's why I just learned that business had the noble pursuit of creating a positive impact. And without really knowing it, I found my professional purpose. Years passed, and I'm living my personal and professional lives parallel. My curiosity about consciousness development brought me to meditation, qigong, and coaching. Meanwhile, I was pretty active in the business world. I became a consultant, attended MBA degree at IESE, and other venture capital programs at Harvard and Berkeley, and eventually launched several companies. I thought that I was living my dream at one stage, but it became a nightmare. I worked harder than ever, trying to clear my mind and recharge my energy, and nothing seemed to be working. I felt numb, as if my life was covered by a gray veil and nothing seemed to be working. And actually, I didn't feel fulfilled at all. I was extremely worried, but that's where it got interesting. I came across Dr. Ian McGilchrist's work on the divided brain. The left brain is responsible in creating a simplified model of reality and allowing us to manipulate what's in front of us. It's practical, but it tends to make everything as a means to an end. And I realized that we tended to look at our planet as resources to be used all the time for the business world. However, the right brain, is responsible for opening ourselves for possibilities, for sustaining life and connecting to the world. Performance artists can function alternating both parts of their brains in flow while knowing where they are and their position, where they want to go, and having a clear intention and working with a lot of energy towards that goal. So, how come performance artists live and act by using both parts of their brains, while in business we limit ourselves to just one of them? At a particular moment, out of the blue, a space opened inside my head, like fresh air, and my thoughts calmed down. And suddenly, I heard an inner voice, almost a whisper that said, "Business is an art." Think of business as an artistic form of creative expression to achieve results in three ways. The first one is that business and entrepreneurs are artists. No matter if you're launching a company, working in a startup, or leading a team, with your right brain, you can be open creatively to new possibilities while connected to your environment. With your left brain, you can be focused on your work. It's a dance. The essence is not getting stuck in just doing, but to continue connecting to who you are, why you're doing it, and what makes you unique. Oprah Winfrey wanted to be the next Barbara Walters before she became a famous media entrepreneur. One day, she interviewed a woman who suffered sexual abuse, and Oprah couldn't help but connect to her own similar experience as a young girl. Oprah revealed her own suffering and built an empire with the sole purpose of empowering women worldwide, and actually all people. So that's why business as art is personal. The second way is considering everyone in your company as the stage where art and magic happens, where people, technology, and know-how serve a common purpose. Imagine every person in your company as a band's talent and everything material as the musical instruments. Together, music scores could be played in harmony. And not only that, improvisation can take that performance to the next level by energizing people in joy. In his book, The Heart of Business, Uwe actually mentions the transformation of Best Buy from a failing to a successful company by repurposing its mission and allowing all the employees to show their best. So that's why business as art is human. And the third and final way is considering all stakeholders as the audience. And what I mean by this is that everything that is happening, our left brain is making us think that we are separate from the world. But science showed that everyone is interconnected. Everything in the universe is impacting one another. So why not perform to delight everyone? Look at what happened with Frank Gehry's Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao. Its architecture turned a dark, coal-covered industrial town in northern Spain into a prosperous, thriving, amazing city with clean rivers. In their book, Conscious Capitalism, John McKee and Raj Sisodia talk about the case of Whole Foods. This company is making high profits to fulfill its business mission of helping people in well-being and health by providing higher quality foods and better nutrition. That's why business as art is impactful. In business, money making is not the end, but the means for a higher purpose. That's why I invite you to show your authentic self, to connect to the collective creativity, and to impact the world for good. And remember, business is an art, and entrepreneurs are artists. Thank you.
Ramon, amazing. So fantastic. Thank you so much for giving this talk and for shining a light on how business is an art form. As an artist and a businesswoman, you are speaking my language. Your gravitas and laser sharp focus as a speaker is extremely captivating. You turn on when it's time to turn on, and I want you to keep doing that. It's really, really powerful. A lot of speakers want to stay authentically themselves when they take the stage, which is absolutely important. And it's also important that you turn on. When you are on stage, you are on stage, and we want you to be the person in charge, and you are demonstrating how to do that really well today. I also bring attention to, you've got a soft focus background behind you, and every single detail I have noticed, the candle, the guitar, the plant, the way your books are, the New Yorker poster, I see it all. And that is super important when you're speaking to the next level from good to great as a virtual speaker. We see everything behind you. See everything. Everything is accounted for. So when you are making a decision to be a speaker virtually, think about every single detail like Ramon has done. I also love that business has a noble pursuit. When you realize that business has a noble pursuit of creating impact, you described the physical feeling in your body. Really nice moment of vulnerability for us there. Also, you stacked concepts that are really complex, one on top of another, in a way that gave us time to follow. Great demonstration of how to do that so that we don't get lost as an audience member, because you're really introducing hard things, complex things to think about, but you do it in a way that stacks them one at a time. So we are going along the ride with you. Also love the three concepts, or the three, the performance artist parts of the brain, and then moving into the three things of businesses and entrepreneurs or artists. Consider that everyone in a company is on stage where it all happens, and then the improvisation of it all, which I think is super important. When you break this talk open and you turn it into a longer version, or you take a TED stage or turn it into a workshop, I would like for you to consider using jazz and having us listen to jazz and potentially deconstructing the jazz music so that we can understand every single one of these instruments. Every moment that they're improvising has come together to create the collective artistry that is a successful business. Amazing, amazing work. Powerful work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you desire to be on the virtual showcase stage, hop on over to thebigtalkacademy.com and register now for my 12-week signature speaker training, where you can become certified by the Big Talk Academy and perform on my virtual showcase stage. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button and notification bell, and definitely share your thoughts in the comments. I will respond to each and every one of you. Big love, everybody.